Greetings everyone, please give a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Looks like everything is booting on up. Time to activate live chat windows and turn the macros. And there we go, everything's online. Give me another moment to check my other computer. And looks like everything's good to go, so let's go ahead and get started. First, start off a 1v1. That seems reasonable enough. Adjust my microphone, and there we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here. Another couple heroes to replace. On the right side as blue OKW player, we got Kanos 0001. So on the left side as the guard motor coordination tactics, we got Damon. Double combat engineer opener. He does have a sniper bulletin, so this may be to a tier 1. Yes, we do have tier 1 now being employed in the field. You may be going from early M3. Whenever I go for tier 1 opener, I'd like to go for double combat engineers and 2 penals. Double combat engineers are a good combat squad, particularly for their price. I don't ever feel bad building extra combat engineers since they are a decent combat squad. They don't scare all too well in the late game, but in the early game they do reasonably well. And we've got double Kupelwagen in the field, so the end thing should be particularly useful. Of course, you don't have enough fuel even for it. Immediately costs 15 fuel. Not very thirsty, but can be relatively thirsty. Penal squad on the build queue, of course. Conjures built wire there. What that wire right there is supposed to do, I have no idea. Interesting wire placement. If maybe trying to occupy, maybe queued orders. He did do a stop order there, so I'm not sure. Do now Volkswageners on the build queue. We could see the Overwatch doctrine, a pretty standard doctrine nowadays. Scavenge doctrine, my preferred doctrine for the Jaeger Light Infantry because I like the infiltration tactics quite well. And Elite Armor doctrine, which is mostly just used for heat rounds, honestly, and the Panzer Commander. Howdy. Over here, Double Kupelwagen finds the Penal Squad and the Schumpiner. That Schumpiner got hit by too many squads at once. It makes sense he fell back there. We do have Commandeers capture the munitions sector, of course. We got the Sturm Pioneers heading down south for the winter before General Winter arrives, or Lieutenant Winters. Another penal squad in the build queue, so we're going to see no M3, even though that could be a good item versus the double Kupelwagen. Double Commandeers is pretty good in my opinion. And particularly if you keep them together for combat-wise, it's pretty cheap. They can defeat a Sturm Pioneer relatively easily. And not being too terribly more expensive. Since the combat engineers are what, 170 each, effectively becoming 340. Schumpiners 300. Commanders are pretty good for the price, though this one does get flanked by some Volksgrenadiers. Gets focused on the Schumpiners. Penal squad advancing since the Schumpiners focusing did retarget to the penal squad, very nice. Or should have just kept his distance. Got too greedy there. Commanders does fall back. Schumpiner still clicking away. This garrison does have 4 windows inside, so it's a good, decent garrison to get inside of right now. Incendiary grenade being thrown. Ooh, yeah, that squad is pretty wounded, and he managed to catch the actual AoE effect of the incendiary there. One dude from South Korea tried this. I'm not sure who that is. And when I think of South Korea, I think of StarCraft 2. We do now have a sniper on the build queue. Sort of reminds me, I saw a comic recently. South Korea, mine more minerals, shows StarCraft 2. North Korea, mine more minerals, shows North Korea being forced to mines. We have the commentators getting nice and close. The Volksgrenadiers took a bit of damage there, forced by the Volksgrenadiers. Polygrenadiers focus on the Kuhwagen right now. Two Kuhwagens here can focus on the wounded Penal squad quite a bit. Another Penal squad for forward, also quite wounded. Focus on one squad at a time. Can run them down the semi-automatics, and of course, semi-automatics do quite well versus the large target size Kuhwagens. Get some damage there. And does not take it out there. Another Kuhwagen falling back. Needs repairs. Does go for the Overwatch doctrine. Goes for Jaeger Light Infantry. We do have a Soviet sniper on the field. And we've got the Mechanized HQ going for... Well, first off, Mechanized HQ. That's pretty rare. Second off, we got Repair Pioneers for Kuhwagens. No, save the fuel, go straight for looks, or for a Stukas Foos. Don't go for... It's not worth a 15 fuel right now. You want to rush out the Panzer II. Or just don't spend fuel on that. That is not a good idea. Sniper finds Jaeger Light Infantry. And Jaeger Light Infantry finds a sniper's bullet to one of their guys' face. Engineers do fall back. One Kuhwagen is now fully repaired. The other one's getting repaired on up. We've got the G43 upgrade on the Jaeger Light Infantry as well. There is a decent reason why not to go for it. Penals are a decent combat squad. While I do agree M3 would be very nice versus these double Kuh walls. The best argument not to is because the M3 does not have longevity, so you will be throwing fuel away, but could be a payout in the end. And Penals are still pretty good though. How much fuel do you want to spend on countering two Kuhwagens? PTRSs. That's going to rip apart the Kuhwagen, take that one out. I thought he's going for AT Satchel there. Problem is, Penal PTRSs really does reduce the anti-infantry, so there's a lot of damage drop off there. I really don't like Penal PTRSs, but I understand why people go for it. He does spot the Mechanized HQ, who's going to receive repairs now. Going to plink away at that. Volksgrenadiers retreat forward, no satchel charge. Does fall back there. Double Jaeger Light Infantry now in the field. We've got G43 upgrade on the way as well. Do we have medics yet? Yeah, it does have medics. If a Kuba will survive and get the first level of veterancy, the enemy Kuba will suffer because of the recon advantage. True. Detection mode is a very nice ability, but it's also pretty fragile. I mostly both Puma. No. You should only build the Puma once your opponent goes for something. Right now, the Puma is going to be completely worthless. The Soviet player has not even got tier 3 built. When the Soviet player sees the Puma, don't go for T-70, don't go for SS-76 or quad half check, just go straight tier 4. Because 1, you see your opponent's got repair pioneers. 2, you see the Puma, that's 85 fuel not being spent. 3, you also see Mechanized HQ, not Battle Group HQ, so you have to don't have fuel there. Yeah, the Soviet players are now just set up for success due to the poor decisions of the OPW player. Even if the combat engineers literally can't do a single thing versus the Puma is even hardly even considered a soft counter to the combat engineers. Yeah, some players should just skip tier 3, go straight to tier 4, and get out T-34 76. Yeah, T-34 76. T-34 85s are less effective versus infantry. When's the last time you've ever seen Annihilation Victory in Couple Heroes 1? Though the Puma can counter the sniper, that's the best case scenario in this situation. The aim shot ability has 100% accuracy. I have only ever in a 1v1 managed to go for Annihilation Victory once. And that's because I had a bunch of Shermans, and my opponent had a really good field control, so I decided just to rush the base and manage to kill off all the structures. Decent shot there by the Puma somehow. Sniper does fall back there. Storm Pioneer's making some good damage. This Penal Squad is taking some damage. He has multiple Penal Pierces there, which is an overkill for the Puma. The Puma's an asset you could just simply ignore and be perfectly fine. So I really disagree with all the PTRSs. Goes for the T-70. Now, just go straight for tier 4. Get a T-34 76. Hell, Katusha if you don't want to get in the range of the Puma as well. I feel like both players are making not good decisions, in my opinion. You can ignore this asset. Oh, going for a flare trap, very nice. It's a free ability, and even if it's free, it doesn't mean people deploy it. It takes micro and takes time, and I'd rather have a unit walk forward than try to deploy a free flare mine that takes only 3 seconds to deploy. That's a walking time more valuable. Oh, we got triple penal PTRS. So there's an easy counter to the Puma. Only one Volksgrenadiers here for Panzerfaust. We also got guards here who has PTRSs. Doesn't have enough munitions for the DPs though. Does get a shot there onto the Jägerlight Infantry. I see no need for annihilation, just break the enemy's base defense and lock down. Possible, but not likely. Sturm Pioneers gains good damage to the Penal PTRS. Another Penal PTRS here, does get a shot there on the T-70. Penal PTRS plinking away against the Puma, who needs to drive forward. Slowly plinking away against the mechanized HQ. Sniper gets a shot there in the Jägerlight Infantry. T-70 does take a pen there. T-70 should be able to stand one more shot. Now trying to back on off. Penal PTRS rotating around. The Métis CAT shot there does manage to pick off the sniper with the aim shot. That was the best case scenario I thought for the Puma. Yep, this can be targeted against infantry and has 100% accuracy. Great for wiping out retreating squads and snipers. Guards do not have the DPs just yet. So the player has 96 munitions, enough for DP, just need to be in sector. We can always throw satchel charges. Frag grenade being thrown to the Storm Pioneers, he does dodge it. Jägerlight Infantry providing some good fire support. Throws a stun grenade onto the guards in his return. Jägerlight Infantry and guards, or Jägerlight Infantry and Volks getting some good damage onto that Penal. Kubagan managed to get repairs. hiding behind the giant pile of hay, which may, with that big pile of hay, could ignite itself as it ferments. T-70 does take a pen there. T-70 does stay alive, though the sniper did go down. Another penal squad on build queue. Honestly, probably could go for guards. Guards have a bit more capability with the DPs.
Penal troops are standing by. The sector is at risk.
Yep, OKW player has, well, nearly 12k at this point, or 1200, not 12k. If he had 12k manpower, something would have gotten very wrong. He has enough. There's a sheer panzer quarters. He may be trying to go for some Obersoldaten next. He's approaching enough fuel for a Panzer IV, another 80 more fuel, which means about another 3 to 4 minutes until he can play a Panzer IV. That manpower is quite significant. Yeah, probably should go for Obersoldaten or 2. Then again, you still need to get the Panzer authorization as well. But you don't need a Panzer authorization to get the Obersoldaten. But it's a pretty quick upgrade, so probably go for that, then start saving for the Panzer IV. Does get a pen there. I don't think anything can really bounce other than small arms onto a Kubelwagen. Panzerfaust connects on T-70. Puma in pursuit. Multiple penals here. One penal squad gets out of the garrison. Does get broadsided there. Satchel charge, frag grenade, something could be summoned there. And the penal did get hit quite hard. Obersoldaten in the build queue. Panzer authorization is being authorized. Go for 2 Obersoldaten at this point. Obersoldaten at stock are better than Rifleman squad that's fully veteran without any bars. Yeah, Obersoldaten's bolt action rifles are pretty good. You don't have to go for the LMG upgrade immediately. They are still a pretty good combat squad. You can at least build at least something, for example HMG. Actually, the MG34 is pretty good. It has the same suppression rate as the MG42. It doesn't do as much damage, but suppression is the bigger key aspect. The OKW's MG34 is actually pretty good. Looks like Kubelwagen went down south by the penals. You can also go for some Verkenwerfers if needed against the T-70. Does get a pen there. Can go for aim shot to cause some crits. Gets 2 pens there, but everything is pursuing it. And looks like the sheer pants quarters does force back the penals. LMG 34 now upgraded. I don't know why the debris on the ground just makes me think that's a shoe mine there. Yeah. Just jumping at shadows at that point. T-70 push right forward, getting some shots there. Somehow, I suppose at this rate, it would be very nice if the Soviet player would have got some landmines. Could button the Puma, didn't really get close enough for it. True, but it's also vulnerable to AT fire. And costs 70 fuel.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
And with at least, if you go for elite armor doctrine, the heat rounds would at least punch up his damage a little bit more. Looks like these guys are spotted, at least that one there. Maybe didn't fully camouflage there. Takes a shot there from the Puma. Is more in vain of spending the 1400 manpower he has stored on up. MG34s, Verkenwerfers, just something. Another second Obersoldaten's not a bad call as well, though he probably wants production queue for a T-70. Penals bracketing the Puma does take it out there with the PTRSs. And of course, the Vicana will be a little less vulnerable to the PTRSs, but still vulnerable just being hit by infantry. Obsassin throws bundle. Any response does respond with full retreat. Some of the hay is going to go down. T-3485 on the build queue. Squad here does fall back. E70 needs some repairs. It can always also be used for capturing. E3485 now complete. Right now comes the VP. So player does have a nice little advantage, 416 versus 270. Bigger capture points while camouflage, while Soviet just suggests where he can be their hideout. Yep, I've had times where I take a camouflage squad, hold fire on a capture point. Granted, I usually play 3v3s in order to make sure our point gets secured. And then maybe have an MG cover it, so if they try to push forward, try to find it, they get suppressed. Oh, taking time to salvage the Kubowagen. Quality time to salvage the Puma as well. Panzer IV now deployed in the field. That's roughly the same time as T-3485. Soviet landmine there. I thought it was going to be detonated by that shot there. T-3485 rolls a miss. Panzer IV needs to not have its rear armor exposed to that thing. Ignore the T-70, focus finds a landmine. Jaeger infantry needs to fall back. T-35 denied prior to its fire turned on. Does immolate the Jaeger infantry squad. Jaeger infantry push forward. They can't do anything to help out there. Obsassin throw, frangible smoke. Throws upon a grenade there. Got a panic strike onto the Shroom Pioneers. Starting to fall back there. Does fall back to make it mechanized HQ. Against T-3485, Panzer Force will be okay. Not a great option to counter it. Vicana Warfers spend some of this 1,000 manpower for some Vicana Warfers wouldn't be half bad. The Jagdpanzer could be the next option. Be a very good hard counter to T-3485. I don't know, just spend the 1,000 manpower he has sorted up. That's the only thing I would like to see. Unspent resources are just means you're not going to get any momentum from it. And it's not an RTS where you're floating resources necessarily a good thing. Though then again, most RTSs for floating resources is not a good thing. We do now have the Vicana Warfare on the build queue. I say go for 2. T-70 is now a Veteran C3, so it should be a pretty good spotter if he wants to transition to it to our recon tank. Panzer 4 does a Veteran C1, so now we can bring in combat blitz. Let's get suppressed there. More Penals pushing forward, so there's going to be a lot of plink damage onto the Panzer 4. So another Obsassin wouldn't be half bad as well. I don't know what the plan is, what could it be, but such a small army versus enemy who has a huge army doesn't see anything good, pretty much. Though his army's anti-infantry is largely nerfed due to the large number of PTRSs, its anti-tank, however, is still pretty good. That's why I think another Obsassin wouldn't be half bad. And then keep your vehicles as a counter unit, such as the Jagdpanzers. If you're gonna work first, push way forward, gets a pen down T-3485. There's another Soviet landmine there, which I think it's swept. Maybe not, it's hard for me to tell this moment. Good shot there in T-485. It did just recamouflage this, so it's no longer swept. Heavy cover being quite useful there. The problem is one squad versus 4. Getting plinked down a little bit there, but the Jaeger infantry, even though negative cover, getting some good work done. He does fall back with both those Jaeger infantry.
Unit ready.
Katusha, T-3485 in the build queue. He did had a Katusha and then cancelled it. Goes for another Jaeger infantry. Not a bad option. I think Obsas would be a little better at this moment in time. Though an MG34 wouldn't have been half bad in that situation either. But of course, a little bit slower. Maybe task an MG34 to protect VP. Run this double catch from the Soviets. Need some repairs here. Jaeger infantry heading towards the VP. So the player's doing a great job of spending all his resources. Has a bit of a munitions flow. Only has one real munitions sink, and it's not a massive one of marked target. Good ability though. Maybe next time he buttons the Panzer IV, he can use it. Plus, button itself can eat munitions like crazy. So this is a usable amount of munitions. You can easily go through within 3 seconds. Okay, the player could be just start saving up for sector assault. Manpower's finally been consumed a little bit more. Goes for another Kubelwagen for some odd reason. I would be fine if he goes for a Volks. That looks like dead Panzer IV. Didn't mark target. Does get a satchel charge off. And it does explode, so mark target was not needed. Shrimp Pioneers may go down. Cannonball does strike the T-70. A fouls for the T-70. That makes sense. Extra snare squad.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Another Cannonball from the build queue. Gets a good pen there. Of course, the trees in the front of it is taking a lot of shots there. It was in a bit of negative cover, so it took a lot of extra damage there. Does not take it out though, but got a good amount of damage out of the Cannonball. Getting the Jaeger infantry now, force them back. Right now, the Oak has quite a bit of fuel stockpiled up. He does the battle crew B2, doesn't have upgraded, so can't get the King Tiger until that gets upgraded, if I remember correctly. T4, oh, there goes the Kubelwagen. T485 may go down. Does go down.
Forces capturing supply sector.
Heal squad does fall back. Good shot there on the T-3485. Multiple good hits.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Oh, got defense. We do have the For the Fatherland activated. Of course, still be good not to be in negative cover. Jaeger infantry push away forward. For the Fatherland now activating this sector as well. A very small sector though. Drops a P2S. Does pick up for the Jaeger infantry. It's probably not a great item for the Jaeger infantry. May get some good hits there onto the... Gets the main gun short crit on the T-70. But that's about it.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Probably would have been better to find the Sturm Pioneers and have it pick it up. Throws out a fungible smoke grenade there. Mechanographers setting on up. Got the Volkswageners who can go for Panzerfaust. Other Mechanographers pushing forward. Volkswageners pushing on the rear. Does take up that Mechanographer there. Gets a pen there. This may be a kill shot for Panzerfaust. A lot of bounce there for sheer transporters. Lucy got a bounce there, so got about, what, half damage?
Supply sector under attack.
Eagle Infantries do fall back. Plus, the bounce there... Bounces cannot kill units, even if the bounce does damage. It will leave it at 0 health. And at that point in time, even a smoke mortar can take it out. If it pens as well.
We have 200 points remaining.
Pioneers do fall back.
I have the men ready. Territory secured. You have done what you were told.
There's the King Tiger now deployed on the field. Going for the Pinto Mount immediately. The very stealthy King Tiger. I sort of missed when the game had it so the vehicles had their engines playing at full volume regardless if they're in fog of war or not. Because right now, technically the Soviet player I have selected, it sort of bugs out sometimes so I don't go back and forth. Right now Soviet player is selected, that's why you can't hear the King Tiger. I missed the old version of where you could just hear where the tanks are. It just gives a high skill capability. You could just listen for the tanks, follow where stuff gets crushed. There goes that guy there. And so you can just start marking, bringing artillery in, having a rough idea. It's just a high skill level play. I just wish they just didn't got rid of. I think it went away in the 64-bit of the version of the game. Unit Squad does take a nice hit there. Does from the landmine there.
The sector is at risk.
Katusha, not Katusha, Mechanowarfare hits the 2485. Was the cat and mouse game?
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Well, the Brits are not here, so no Tommy and Jerry. Penal Squad falling back. Good shot there onto the penals. I think, okay, looks like stun grenade up here. Good item versus the King Tiger would be the SU-85. Right now the Soviet player has 100 fuel, so not enough for an SU-85. He still has marked target available and a good amount of munitions to go along with it. So maybe if the guards can just charge forward, button the King Tiger, then just mass satchel charge it for a time frame. If necessary, he could try slowing it down with a ram with the T-35. That would be very bold. And they're really stacked up, so the King Tiger's getting some great splash damage, and the King Tiger, nope, the commentators will not be going down. Oh! 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 I said they were really stacked up, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Oh! 20 kills right now. I don't know how many of that was. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Cross 2 shots. Oof. And the Soviet player does not have stockpile manpower. Or does the Ukademi player have at the moment? The Soviet player still has 3 penal squads and 2 comm engineers, so he still has a good force in the field. So, while that could warrant a rage quit moment, he is not in a game-ending situation at the moment, though he is definitely wounded. He has 151 tickets for his 339, currently neutral capture at the moment. He has time to go for an SU-85. He's going for another T-85. I disagree with that.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Force on the ground there. Maybe suspecting of landmines. Well, you can't accuse him of map hacking. Yep. A pile of corpses. Diva can offers for support. Oh, and that was a miss, really bad rally. He did receive a miss there. So it did take a splash hit. Left 18 on the build queue to Quadra siege down his opponent's retreat point. One getting war first camouflage here, the other one's uncamouflaged here. The Eagle Infantry down south. Does have enough munitions for the sector assault as well, which could be great against those T-3485s. Katusha here can be useful against the Kendall Warfare in return. He should really keep this Katusha on anti-tank duty. Well, anti-tank duty. Blah. Good hit there on that penal squad. We do now have Spearhead activated. Volkswagen's got force on back. True, and there goes Katusha, went down for free. He's probably paying too much attention up north. He's going towards his opponent's base. Don't know exactly what he's going to try to do. Took some Panzerfaust there, got splashed down by the base guns. We've had the King Tiger rotating around. Left 18 decides to barrage this one. Might as well. He was a good chance he was going to lose it. Rolls some misses though. It was definitely worth a shot. T-485 finds the King Tiger. Could mark the King Tiger. Falls back. Probably a good call. This guy's starting to take some damage there. The Kenner refers and Shun Pioneer push right forward. This guy does express by the Spearhead. And this T-45 is starting to go down as well. I think with the not so great play of the T-3485s, loses a squad to a satchel charge, too busy microing other sectors. It's going to be hard for the Soviet player to get back in the game. That is out of control. Because he threw away the Katusha, he's losing these T-485s for free. He had a minor victory there of satchel charging a Jaeger infantry, I think. And the King Tiger is just ripping apart the penals. Yeah, I think the Soviet player's game... Oh! The game has been paused. Likely the Soviet player has backed out of the game. Common issue when it comes to live, expecting live replays. This Angrade saying... Yep, I'm just going to call it for the Okada player because he likely backed out of the game. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Yep, spectating games like that sometimes doesn't give you game over. Because if one person decides to say quit rather than surrender, it takes time to actually close out the game. But yeah, the Soviet player just lost too much all at once. Let's go on to a 2v2. Seems reasonable enough. This does not get indication of skill, just make an indication of lack of skill. Plus we get a Wehrmacht and US, two factions that were not existing in the last game. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Cup Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side is the blue USF. We got Dr. Tavusi Nazim Fusilier. Spawn as the yellow Soviet player. We got ARF Legendarme. Oh, I butchered that name well enough. Spawn on the north side is the Wehrmacht player. We got Stringer 9mm or multi-mode 1 to 3. And spawn is the red Wehrmacht player or austere player. We got Hyper Eloise. I butchered that name well enough as well. Silver build order was not okay from the start, but I did not expect so severe problems. I think just both players had compositional issues in general. Do now have the MG42 into Grenadiers.
I got orders, boys.
Rifleman opener. Looks like both of these Veteran players gone for MG42 into Grenadiers. That's standard. And for the Soviet player, we got just conscript opener, which is not uncommon as well. Soviet player's gone for counterattack tactics. I think this is a pretty good map for counterattack tactics because your B4s don't have to make too much coverage to be useful. Just since most of this game or most of this map tends to be a dogpile in the central VP, and the B4s should be very good. KV1s are pretty good as well. I like the beefiness of KV1s. I like KV1s. I like Churchills. Just not Churchill aviaries or Fireflies or Crocodiles. Just regular Churchill 7s. Pioneers the main way forward. Right squad can easily force them back, but they also can receive DPS from the MG42. And conscripts do find Grenadiers. Right squad does fall back. Pioneers sitting up north. We've got the Pioneers kept up there. MG42 sitting on up here. Conscripts managed to avoid the radius, but got 2 Grenadiers to hit them. Though only the one at the moment. This one's trying to gauge this one here. Conscripts getting some damage there onto the MG42 with a nice little flank there. This guy's suppressed. We'll be forced back to MG42 relatively soon. Red's gone for a mortar. This map's not bad for a mortar, it seems like. More conscripts on the build queue. That squad needs to start falling back. They draw enough fire to let the other conscript push on forward. As prone being wiped this moment. Mortar ran a little bit wide. It looks like blue got forced back by the MG42. Let's see for doctrines. His teammate has gone for a doctrine with artillery. You go for armor, rifle, or infantry. Infantry is probably best for the M1919s. Armor company can be nice. Seeing how it's a bit more of a dogpile, like I said beforehand, so the siege barrage could be very nice. Bulldozers are okay. M10s are just very, very situationally not useful. And of course, rifle can be nice, but EC8's glory days are long over, in my opinion. Good damage on the Grenadiers. Engineers taking quite a bit of fire. Conscripts push right forward. Engineers do get fully pinned down, did not decap the fuel sector. Magenta could eye for a Blitzkrieg doctrine, a decent all-range doctrine. It has a lot of abilities that actually synergize with each other, like the Reconnaissance Overflight and the Loiter. Of course, that'll cost a lot of munitions. Spirit doctrine. Target a lot of useful abilities here. Always a good doctrine. And Mechanized, probably the least useful of the 3 doctrines. Assault Grenadiers are not great. I'm not gonna say Assault Groups a little bit too rise too late. Still Gaze is cheap. It's okay. Not great. Overall, I'd say Spearhead and Blitzkrieg are 2 better doctrines in this situation. Conscripts or Rifle Squads straightforward. Both Grenadiers are very wounded. First teammate, we could see German mechanized doctrine. Left 18 is always generally quite nice. Command tanks is always generally pretty nice. 250 half track does not come loaded up. Can arrive much earlier, a bit more usable. It can be very nice. The defensive community doctrine, a little bit too late for Osttroopen. Though with the final patch of the game, Osttroopen's really got shafted. Pack 43s could be nice, but Katyushas are pretty common, so... Oh, destroys the sandbags there. That could have been far worse, though. Easy 8 doctrines, not to bother with shell changing.
Shock troops awaiting deployment.
Suppose, then again, no, I think it was the Easy 6s, the 76mm Shermans are the ones with the shell changes. While the
Enemy has cut off a
Easy
sector.
8s has the firing mode toggles. If you consider that different shells, then my apologies. We do have the... Also, we got elite troops. There's a pretty good doctrine. Stormtrooper G43s, if you don't go with the MP40s, is a very good squad.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Yep. But the problem is rear echelon squads with flamethrowers not exactly... They're okay. You get what you get, but it's just an okay squad. Cast suppression there. Let's see, if I remember correctly how I reworked it in my doctrine, I made it so the rifle company gives a lot more utility to the rifleman squads. But they get their smoke back, as well as retaining rifle flare. A lot of rifleman upgrades, in particular for the rifle company. Grenadiers push over here for the MG42. Grabs the mortar and run, very nice. A Wehrmacht mortar is much better than the US mortar. Flamer push way forward. I thought I heard a 2-2. Yep, 2-2 is advancing. It's forced with the MG42. Still got this teller mine here. And the Grenadiers or Commandeers do fall back. Rock squads push way forward up here. A lot of Grenadiers here, plus the 2-2. He does have access to anti-tank rifle grenade, but 2 anti-tank rifle grenades will not kill it off. So that's really sort of pointless. Just threw munitions away there. Oh, that's what he was trying to do it for. He was trying to snare it for the M15, but the teller mine existed, but no longer exists. Though I suppose when it comes to a rifle company, the White Phosphorus barrage is still a pretty good ability. I think it's one of the best part about the doctrine. Maxim setting on up for maximum firepower. You always thought the G43 Stormtrooper's option counter to Soviet/British sniper. Personally, in my opinion, the G43 Stormtroopers is the best infantry unit the Wehrmacht can get, since it uses the Panzer Grenadier G43s on a squad that is even more durable than Grenadiers, and gets Grenadier style efficiency. I think Stormtroopers of G43s are just outright the better than Panzer Grenadiers with G43s, as was better than Grenadiers with G43s. Since it has the same, it is the same profile of the Panzer Grenadiers G43s with the Grenadiers veterancy with the durable platform of the Stormtroopers. It makes it a very, very good combat squad. Just don't go for the MP40, keep the bolt action rifle. Grenadiers getting ripped apart by the riflemen. Maxim does fall back there. Rear squad captures that point. Of course, you get access to stun grenades and senior grenades and a bunch of other useful assets for the Stormtroopers as well. Looks like this player has gone for a Spearhead doctrine. Mortar half-track has been deployed on the field. Rifle squad nice and close to the Grenadiers. M180 gun rolls a miss. The rest of the squad not getting hit at the moment. Focus on the AT gun, which I understand. M242 here in a good position. All these units in light cover. Oh, got a flame half-track here. May have took a pen there from the AT gun. Didn't really tell. And got the Pioneer falling back. Does not get wiped out there. Grenadiers and Pioneers push forward, trying to decrew the AT gun. Does decrew the AT gun. Maybe the Grenadiers or Pioneers can grab it. One conscript squad here. No AT grenades. He does not know that though. Pioneers advancing. That might be within minimum ranges. Could be a good time for a rifle grenade. It's hard to tell if that's within minimum range or not. Feels like the border. And we have the other units push way forward. No chance of grabbing the AT gun. Grabs the AT gun immediately, trying to hit that 2-2. Conscripts could advance to some light cover. Rifle squad as well. Good hit there on the conscripts. 2-2 straight forward. Sniper sneakily capturing the munitions sector. Flame half-track needs repairs. I'm pretty sure it's down half health, which means the next AT gun shot can kill it off. Oh, got 7-man squads. He has gotten to tier 4. You can research the 7-man squad upgrade early. Does not, of course, you have to pay 20 fuel, 100 munitions manpower for it. It is cheap, and you don't get any refund when building tier 4, but you can always go for it early, if you so choose. Nice bit of mortar smoke there. 2 MG42s in a good position now, providing some good coverage. Rifleman squad does fall back. Grenadier behind some good heavy cover. Not capturing the mission sector. Make it flanked by the captain. Has a bar. Appears to be at full health. Some experience, nothing too significant. Conjurers do fall back. Maxim hitting the MG42. If the MG42 could try to hit the Maxim, AoE suppress nearby conscripts. Some sort of incendiary effect there. Maybe an incendiary mortar there? Not sure. There's some sectors. Pack 40 firing away. Those are destroying the sandbags. Ooh, mortar scattered wide and hit there. Pulls back the conscript squad immediately. It was far too wounded. Needs some medics. Grenadiers pushed very far forward. Our squad before in-tank rifle grenade could be summoned to hit it. Is flame half-track immolating the rifleman. Misses the half-track. Our squad can get another in-tank rifle grenade there. AT gun that got decrewed by the grenadiers here. Conscripts retreat forward. Rifle grenade. Rifle grenade. Does avoid it. Good dodge. Flame half-track straight forward. The Soviet player has no AT asset in the field. He does have 140 fuel. He may be seeing for a KV-1. Maybe going for earlier T-34-76 would have been better. But I understand how saving with the KV-1 is a good asset. But he's lacking AT, which is a bit of a problem. The US player lost his AT gun, so he is also lacking. Does have a major on the field. Able to Sherman could go for Jackson. Of course, he still has not selected the doctrine, so he could go for a doctrinal asset. Has any of these players got... No, got one pack 40. I think I see it. It's connected with the M1 AT gun now. He's going for a Sherman tank. Very nice. Can't really be seeing a fuel for another more expensive asset, like the EZ8. KV-1 in the build queue. And it looks like the Soviet players picked up the M1 AT gun. And we got those grenadiers falling back. Got the flame half-track here, immolating the rear echelon. Maxim straight forward, M1 AT gun as well. Maxim getting hit. Has 2 targets in front of him. Splitting his fire, mortar connecting with him. Rifle squad and captain lobbing the way forward. Decrewing the AT gun could be very nice. They fell back from something. Maybe they saw the AT abstract side of immediately fall back. M1919 would probably be good. This is a good map in M1919. It has a similar DPS curve to the MG42, the LMG42. Munitions though. He did go for a whole bunch of bars. I wasn't paying attention to that. Oh, Sherman tank annihilates the 250 half-track, looks like. Does get a shot there under the Sherman. Starting to fall back. You could load up high explosive rounds. High explosive rounds will pen the 222 and the 250 half track and the 251 half track. So loading up high explosives is perfectly fine. You don't have to use armor piercing. And so it does 160 damage. These guys starting to get suppressed by the MG42. Smokes out the MG42, very nice, but still can hit by all the LMG42s. As for the build queue, Red doesn't actually have too much left in the field, does he? Red has over 800 manpower, no doctor selected. Goes for, yep, a Panzer 4 is a good idea. Though right now, maybe Stug against KV-1. Of course, the KV-1's relatively recent, he may have canceled in time. Pack 4 is a pretty good idea. Goes for the German mechanized. That's a good doctrine. But still needs a Pack 40s then go for a command tank later. As connects on the Sherm tank, you can just simply reverse on bet to get repairs. Pack 40 getting some hits. You can smoke himself the mortar, smoke screen. Sherm tank 110 to death. And the Pack 40 seeing some hits there. Rolls a bounce there. Rolls sees the bounce there. Pack 40. Private squads throw a double anti-gravity grenade into the Panzer IV to snare it. Both sides. I understand about the Panzer IV's bouncing, but the KV-1's getting a little bit unlucky with the bounces as well. Another Panzer IV push rate 4s. We've got 2 Panzer IVs in the field. KV-1s will be axing this situation. You can always go for B4. He has enough command points for it. Has enough fuel for KV-1 as well. So either B4 or KV-1 I would say is a good option for the Soviet player. US player could go for more Sherman tanks or could go for a Jackson 4 hard counter. Can I have the Easy 8? I don't think it'd be a good idea to go for priests. M10s won't be super great either. And bulldozers as well. This Panzer IV can still withstand more pen. Sherm tank has been repaired. Has loaded high explosive rounds. Needs to load up armor piercing now. Though high explosive round there would have been very nice. Red has a bit of manpower and a bit of fuel. He can go for double F-18 now, which not really needed. They don't have really support weapons. One can be nice. Probably better to go for a short barrel Panzer IV and a Pack 40 or 2.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Sherm tank has armor piercing rounds loaded, which is actually a still decent gun versus infantry. Let's get a pen there in the Panzer IV. Radio net now activated. A flank looks like conscripts gets forced back by the Panzer IV. Gerson squad can help buff out the scratches of the KV-1. Sherm tank push rate 4, no prioritized fire turned on, does get a pin on each other. KV-1 trying to do something, I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Panzer IV pursuing this conscript squad all the way back home. Getting some hits there, nothing too significant though. US players catching up the flank here. US player does have enough munitions, so he could eye for a fighting position there, upgrade a 50 cal to help lock down this region. He's going for captain, so he does not have access to 50 cals. At least 50 cal weapon teams. KV-1 getting repaired on up. And he's gone for armor. The doctrine I disagreed with the most. Though the siege barrage is probably the most useful for the thing right now for him. I just don't want to see any bulldozers at the moment. Panzer IV is going way too far in. Sherm tank's trying to spawn. Could receive a Panzer IV 2. Receives a Panzerfaust and 2. Prioritize fire was now turned on late. Does get pen there. Sends a pen. KV-1 needs to start engaging the Panzer IV immediately. Takes a pen there. Sends a pen. Sends a pen there. Making a short crit there, so the Sherman tank is safe. Blitz on out of there. KV-1 does roll a miss. The KV-1's also now versus 1, so it can now hold down. Goes for a Panzerfaust. 2 Panzerfausts onto the KV-1, which is not a good idea. You need, what, 3, maybe 4 to take get his engine critted. We got B4 now deployed in the field, rotating his gun. Lining up a shot. Where exactly? I'm not sure. Looks like it looked like a bit of a blind barrage there. Recon of the flight came a little bit late. KV-1 rotating over here. Bounce, miss, pen. One last round. Rain right there. Looks like KV-1 took a lot of damage there from the Pack 40. And 182 guns sitting on up. Something being straight up. Got a fragmentation bomb and run. It looks going to be pretty successful. Yep. It was. 2 squads. Pioneer. Do have a Sherman bulldozer now deployed in the field. Don't think that's a great idea at the moment. The barrage ability is nice, but you need efficiency 1. You can throw the Sherman crew in the back of it to give it that barrage ability. But probably a Sherman veteran crew, Sherman 75 is probably good right now. Just have its efficiency retained. Fairmark player is going for a pair of Pioneers. He did lose a Pioneer, so going to replace it with 2. We'll start progressing towards the Tiger tank. He has quite a bit of fuel, so he gets battle phase 3. So get that research and perhaps eye for the Tiger tank. Red is gone for a Ostwind. Ostwind, yeah, now think about it. Ostwind's probably not a half bad idea. You see your opponent has B4s and there's reconnaissance overflights. And the 2-2 is more of a soft counter than a hard counter. Oh, Bulldozer got it directly there in the mortar half track. Takes a 2-2 there. Looks like the B4 is barraging this area. I see an allied barrage from this region. First round range a little bit short. Next to last round. Got a good hit there. Could use some medical supplies in this one if you want to keep the front line. Hits the retreat button. Looks like this place goes for another M180 gun. Very nice. KB1 gets shot there on the Ostwind. Good pen there onto the Panzer IV. Gets a bounce there. I swear, that KV-1 bouncing more often than I would have thought. I never really had that unreliability for the KV-1 when fighting against Panzer IVs. It seems like it's bouncing way too often. Does take a pen there. Does get efficiency too. Combat engineers got immolated. The silver player has enough resources to go for another KV-1 or a B4. As Faust does connect to the KV-1, Sherman take firing away. We've got this MG gun on down. Rust one, the captain charging the way forward. As for push way forward, Bulldozer needs to fall back. 402 wounded. Bulldozer does go down. AT gun does get decrewed. Which is 3 on the Sherman tank now. Lots of misses there. M180 gun does get a pen there. M180 gun does get a bounce there. And think Rough Grenade does pen. Sherman tank falling back, does take a pen. Grabs the MG42. What a good idea to grab the MG42 and plus the situation on the right flank. Gotta be careful, the Sherman tank, one more pen and stun for. Yeah, I'll just take the MG42, plant it somewhere over here, protect this VP. Also got 2 fuel caches by the US player. 1 fuel cache by Magenta. Left 18 counter barraging the B4 roughly. Oh, looks like he already got the B4. I'm not sure actually what took out the B4. This project came towards the US base. It went down. I see some explosions there, so I'm not sure what went down there, including M18 gun. My apologies, I missed that. Somehow both of our players had the same munitions at the exact moment. Somehow. KV-1 has not been repaired on up. Conscript does manage to escape on out of there. Got a quarter half track now pulling the field. S-35 on the build queue for yellow. Very nice. Probably a good idea to help deal with all the tanks. Your player has access to enough munitions to a siege barrage, so he can always go a recon pass with his major, then bring the siege barrage onto that left 18. I see 2 left 18s in the field as well. I think a B4. Oh, there goes the KV-1. B4 barraging back here. KV-1 does go down. No, quad half track went down. Our squad's straightforward. Frag grenade has been researched. Frag grenade's been thrown. And one took an AT gun, has saber rounds, and does get through. Trim take there's a pen there. Captain and rifle squad is charging with force. Nice smoke barrage there onto the PAC 40. Still deployed in the field. AT gun does get the group. Got a fragmentation run here by Magenta once again. And this one probably won't be as successful, but still pretty good. Nope, not even pretty good. Sherman tank, fresh one firing away. Go for a couple anti-tank rifle grenades. Needs one more. Looks like only casted 2. Gets a pen there, so he can now get the snare on the last one, which he is. Conscripts on the way forward. Also gets a pen there. Sherman tank started to fall back, I think. Oop, the left 18 got a good shot there. Sherman tank has to be careful on left 18. While can withstand one directive, can't necessarily take too much abuse. Fresh Tigapons are now deployed in the field. Also when advancing, conscripts push forward, maybe on for a... I'm just trying to catch the VP. Sherman tank, Veterans 3 advancing. And now got the recon overflight there, which could be useful for the US player as well, if he was quick enough to draw. S-35 needs to be very careful, he's blocking his teammate. S-35 helped finish off that PAC 40. Oh. Flaming tree caught my eye. S-35 needs to start hitting that Tiger tank. Those players actually focus on the Stug, a lot more squishy. I like that target weak point there by the Stug as well. Very nice. Good pens there on that Stug. KV-1's trying to fall back. Stug comes down. B4 got a good hit there. I'm not sure how many kills though. Sherman tank advancing. Finds Tiger tank. Tiger tank finds Sherman. Sherman tank dismounted there. Needs a remount. Really needs a remount. KV-1 and S-35 start hitting that over there. At least the KV-1. S-35 can just keep his angle pointed forward to the high threats in front of him. Sherman tank starting to get repaired on up. Artillery raining on in onto the B4. This may have been the cause of the other B4 going on down. US player has enough munitions for the siege barrage and then some. Major's no longer alive. Can't bring in the spawning run of the Major. Have to rely on his teammates' recon runs, but also in the field. That's going to be a little bit difficult. Tiger tank advancing. Double S-35 in the field. Sherman, that King Tiger or regular Tiger can go down very quickly. Main gun destroyed. Those Panzer tactician is going to force fire the ground. Looks like he will manage to escape on out there. Stug now seeing fire from multiple Shermans. Allies have 103 tickets versus 362, so pretty even between the two. Rough squad straight forward. And push the way backwards, find a good hit there from the Panzer IV. Had a bit of a backboard in front of them, or behind them. D4s is trying to hit that mortar half track. Conscript's getting hit. This conscript squad does fall back. This conscript squad is engaging the Grenadiers. Double pen there on the Ostwin. There's the left 18s. One siege barrage could, in theoretically, hit both of them because the scatters are getting quite wide with it, but it always seems like it hits pretty dead center.
Enemy has killed a machine gun crew.
Best to bring in the siege barrage on one of those left 18s. Jackson Sherman straight forward. Over here, looks like Airburst Barrages does decrew the B4. Stug on the build queue for Red. Red can also go for a short barrel Panzer IV, giving a little more longevity for his vehicles, allow them to take an extra shot, which does make a difference. Oh, that's an M10, not a Jackson. This is the Jackson. That's the M10. If I remember correctly as well, both the Jackson and M10 have similar armor schemes, or frontal armor towards the Sherman compared to the Sherman tank. Yeah, they're actually pretty well armored. They are self-propelled guns and also inherently a defensive weapon in historical perspectives. Jackson sends a miss there, gets a pen there. Good pens there on the forces. KV-1 straight forward, Veteran C3, take a bit of beating there. Jackson here. Those the pen spouse on the M10, does not snare it though. Still taking some hits. KV-1 may not push too far forward. I said Jackson just took a hit there from the flanking King Tiger, or regular Tiger. That's where I see the King Tigers more often than the regular Tigers nowadays. Does take a bounce there with the KV-1, saving it. Good pen there on the S-35, being snared. Does take another snare, but a lot of body blocking there, both his fault and his teammate's fault. All of these units are wounded, they just need to fall back, get repairs. All the allied armor is damaged, barring this Sherman tank. They can push forward and cover their buddy's retreat. Perhaps with a smoke mortar. Here the beef. Oh no, that's siege barrage. One of the left 18s has gone down siege barrage. This one's version 2. That stuff's fully repaired. Siege barrage can get out over there. As you can see the radius here, I sometimes see those out there. B4 lands right there. And one last shot from the siege barrage. We'll just come back to the Lafayette. I don't think there's any more direct hits from that barrage. Does get a foul some of this Sherman tank. Smokes up the Pack 40, very nice. Now Stug deployed in the field, very nice. Stug to push along the flank, hitting the M10. Jackson brings some evap to increase his damage. Jackson takes some hits there, M10 survives, S-25 connects. Oswin straight forward, Macy anti-gravity grenade. Stug goes down. Good pen there. KV-1 taking some hits there. Rock Squad's trying to fall back. We got the Stugs pushing along the flank once again. Gets a good hit there. Looks like S-5 goes down largely. Also thanks to the left 18. Got another left 18 in the field. So he has quite a bit of munitions. He could probably use more for the fatherland side of it. Maybe am out the console of flight. Even a little bit of vision does help out.
We have 300 points remaining.
Stokes getting some damage there. Both those Stokes are almost down. Grenadiers trying to get Panzer Faust off. They won't. Now those guys appear to be in vision. Tiger tank there. KV-1's taking a beating. S-75 trying to get some good hits there. Jackson probably should start using evap. M10, Jackson, Sherman tank all getting pens there. Pens tactician, force out of ground. Connects and takes out the Tiger tank. M180 gun decrewed, but getting picked off by the Sherman tank. And the KV-1. Allies need some repairs. Another stroke of the build queue for red. Magenta has plenty of fuel. Has gotten his heavy Panzer Corps up. We'll go for a Panther in the meantime. B4. Reconnaissance flight in this region. It looks like the Austin's not hitting the aircraft. The aircraft already got shot down though. I think there's a 2-2 still alive. Nope. Good hits there. Maybe on a pintle mount that took out that reconnaissance aircraft. Does get the Austin there. Route Squad charge forward. Jackson just needs to fall back. Took a bit of a beating. M10 charge way forward. Can always activate the flanking speed. That turret rotation of the M10 is very historical and accurate. Looks like the Sherman tank went down to the Stugs.
We just lost a medium tank.
Does look at the Stug. And looks like the M10 does get abandoned. Anti-gravity grenades does take out the other Stug there. Probably gonna either just throw an anti-gravity grenade into the M10, trying to rescue it, because the rocket squad will have to fully garrison it. Just destroy it, I would say. Two Sherman tanks on the build queue. The rocket squad will try to grab it. Like I said, it will grab the entire crew. It's iffy for US player to grab abandoned vehicles like that, since you have to likely sack a crew. Still finished it off. Very reasonable, I'd say. M1AT gun does not go down there. Got reconnaissance overflight flying about over here. Looks like the X players have captured these sectors. KV-1 still needs repairs. Stug here finds two S-35s who have one shot away from death each. That one goes down. Jackson trying to engage. Does take a double pen there. Panzer IV trying to engage. Does take out the S-35. Jackson takes out the Panzer IV. Wehrmacht Panther upload in the field. So he plays with another S-35. Seeing the Panther in the field, probably a good idea to go for another one rather than go for a KV-1. Still has AP-4 alive. That left 18 does get decrewed. The other one exists and healthy enough. B4 may hit the Pioneers, who knows?
Taking our territory.
One last shot. I'm guessing right here. Nowhere near. Left 18's barraging away. Trying to hit the B4 once again. Before it does any more damage. Not sorry. Do now have the S-35 now point of view. Double MG-42 to help secure the flank. See, Red has quite a bit of manpower stockpiled. Maybe a good idea if we go for a pair of Pack 40s as well. Panzer Warfare hitting the captain. Captain definitely has a headache then. Oh, the captain himself is dead. There he is. A very, very nasty headache. The lethal kind. Comm engineers will bring up the KV-1. That KV-1 has been quite damaged this entire game. Bunker now going on up. He has some munitions going along with it. He doesn't have any munitions synced for his doctrine, so that's probably a good way to sync some munitions. That'll save some or population space, as well as a bit of manpower. Max on Vector 2. Sherman tanks firing against the Pioneers. There's a Panther. There's a KV-1 and Jackson. And onto one of the Shermans. Panther takes some hits here. Panther being overran. Anti-grav grenades are very likely. I think I saw 3 anti-grav grenades. Another Panther here. Looks like he went for a double Panther transition after losing the Tiger tank. Rear armor was exposed on him, but I don't think he took any damage there. Was focused on killing the other one. Captain charged way forward. Not much he could do versus the Panther. S-35 is a KV-1 straight forward. He could hold down the KV-1 in this region. Rifle squad and Captain pushed the way forward. Will be flank engine for 2. Panzer Warfare barrage. Got a pretty good one. Wiped out 2 squads there. This play has some manpower to work with. Lost a good number of squads. Gone for another M10. Maybe M1AT gun? He has enough munitions for a fighting position, so we always go for fighting position there. Hits the bunker, hits the Panther. Takes the bunker there. We now have another reconnaissance overflight by the civil players, still playing missions for more for the fatherlands. KV-1. Go do some repairs again. Now that's what you need to do. Oh, that was a good left 18. Knocks out both those combat engineers, forcing them back. Left 18 also gets a good hit there as well, logging a good amount of vegetables for himself. KV-1's course job is to be the tank for the tanks. And so he's going to be in constant state of needing repairs.
The enemy is reduced to 200 points.
Panther does connect with Sherman. Stokes forward. S-35s, Jackson, M10. Lots of stuff there. This Sherman tank is taking a beating. Does go down there. One of the Stugs go down. I think I saw... Nope, no evap.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
Good Panzer on that Panther. Double pens there. M10 flanking maneuver. Gets the kill there. Well, guess I can eat a little bit of crow with the M10. Also crushes the Pioneer. M10's a very situationally not useful, but he's been doing quite well with it. Left 18 does take a direct hit there. M10's push forward, or S-85s. Stug goes down. Grenadiers pushing their way down south. Double pack 40 now deployed on the field. M10 still alive. For the fatherland now active. He dismounts. He just donated M10. I think his team is trying to throw anti-tank rifle or anti-tank grenade onto it. Yeah. Well, luckily his teammate bailed him out there. Sometimes it's a good idea just to let it just die. Don't risk it letting it be abandoned. You know, I don't rate M10s very highly. Giving your opponent a free M10's not great.
Shock troops have arrived.
So we play going for some shock troops. He's also low in fuel as well. Going for another KV-1. Very nice. Double S-35, double KV-1. No haul down the KV-1 yet this entire game. Left 18 firing away. Also here Panzerwerfer. Turned that rifle squad. Unsuccessful. We do have Pioneers kept to the flank. Captain getting hit by multiple rifle grenades. KV-1 takes a direct hit there. Direct hit there, no rifleman. Right now the VPs in favor of the allies by a small margin, 235 to 155.
Has arrived.
Oh, repair crew. That must have been one for the M10. He can probably garrison himself inside the Sherman tank. But let's see, Veteran 2 here and Veteran 2 here. It's hard for me to say which Veteran is better. But you can always throw that crew into another vehicle to get the transfer of the veterancy. Commandeers takes some hits there from the Grenadiers. And SU-5 gets double tapped by the Pack 40s. Does take a pen there. And there. KV-1's a little bit too stacked up on each other, taking some damage. That one's dancing around a little bit too there. Takes a target weak point there. Takes a bounce there. Pass falls. Take it out now. And needs to fall back to repairs. At this point in time, Katusha could be very nice. He is out of B4s right now. Shock troops in a defense position there, just trying to keep that VP secure. He can end up on Maxims for that. Smoke grenade. Red has gone for an Ostwin. Don't think that's be a good idea. I think Stug's Panthers would be better. He does have tier 4, so he can go for Panthers. He has double pack 40 though. But against KV-1s, I think a Panther would be very nice. As well for Barrage. Rains short. That was against single unvetted rifleman squad. Just save the Panzerwerfer for another higher priority barrage. So the player probably needs to get a third comp engineer out and needs repairs, though he's actually at pop cap, so never mind. His teammate does have a assault engineer, so light one has 0 kills right now, some experience. So he could send his assault engineers to help his team out with repairs. Sherman Tank 4 getting hit by multiple penetrations. Sherman Tank quickly goes on down to the bow of double pack 40 in that region. Conscripts trying to engage the Pioneers. Conscripts are suppressed. Pioneers are with a minesweeper. Gone equally poorly for both sides there. Doesn't anti-tank rifle grenade or anti-tank grenade into the Ostwind, but does not get the snare. Repaired the wrong target. The allies are stuck in repair issues. Back 40 here gets pinned on the Jackson. And just Rex supported by Magenta. Got some Soviet landmines this region. Okay, we want to take some damage there. Oh, fragmentation bomb run. This could be actually pretty good. Light response. It takes out a combat engineer. Nearly took out the Sherman tank. Pack 40's final landmine. This KV-1 sort of backed itself up to a corner. Target weak point could be very nice. Help deal with it. Those MG42s. Allies are stuck in here for needing repairs. Double pen there. His teammate, the US player, should be helping out the Soviet ally with the repairs. He has some repair squads. Transfer for barrage in this region, likely.
Enemies are swarming one of our
Nope, it wiped out what that squad was. Then again, I think the announcer said something about an emplacement, so that may have been a fighting position. German tank on the build queue. I am not sure that barrage is going. Conscript's being hit by the Ostwind. Left 18 looks like maybe barraging around. Ooh, got a good hit there. Yeah, I'm not sure where the left 18 is actually barraged in. Looks like maybe around here. It's scouting very wide, so it's probably maximum range barrage hitting the tier 2. Packboy's there, bunker there. S85's gonna start falling back. If this takes another shot, it's done for. If this takes 2 more shots, it's done for. I thought the allies had the game in the bag when they were pushing forward, but it looks like the allies are starting to lose the game. The US player has a good number of assets, though. The Soviet player going for Katusha. That's probably a good idea versus all those Pack 40s, and he's having trouble getting B4s high for the left 18. Still mounting repairs. Got a couple repair squads here for the US player. Grenadiers to fall back, grenades and throw. Pack 4 is pushing the way forward. Looks like the Panther is sort of falling back. And causes overflight for the Soviet player. Very nice. Grenadiers pushing along the flank. They may find that landmine. Katusha barrage. Got some good there on those Grenadiers. Katusha barrage. Hitting the last location of those Pack 40s, which is simply not where they are.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Shock troops on top of the fuel sector. Pack 40s. Rolls a miss there. shock troops to fall back there. KV-1 does get a pen there. Target weak points, lots of hits. KV-1 getting really hit. Other KV-1's pushing forward, gets a good hit there on that Grenadier. Left 18 now Veteran C3, so now it should be able to range into the base quite handily. Yes, it does. Because it got hit by another target weak point. And more hits there. The Pack 4 is getting pretty well vetted by Veteran C3 and Veteran C2. Though one of the guns is pretty damaged, so may want to get that repaired on up. Comms units do fall back. Sounds like a B4 just got fired away. Oh, the US player has the B4 now. Okay. Fire squad and Capital on the flank. Grenadiers do fall back. Jackson getting hit. Does get recruited. Sherman tank receiving some repairs. Jackson could remain crewed and get some exterior repairs from the reaction squad and the assault engineers. Pack boys do fall back up the hill. And Panzer Warfare find the close for a low angle barrage there, it seemed like. Magenta can now bring in the Tiger tank. Good hits there on the conscripts. Good pen there onto the Oswin. Pack 4 is pretty forward, which was a short work with the S-55. Future barrage. Splashes one of the Pack 40s. Could take out the Oswin with the Future rockets, but it looks like the rockets are simply not hitting those Pack 40s. Katusha, you don't want to do max range barrages, you want to do at least a mid-range barrage to really dial it in, but that was probably a mid-range barrage. Landmine there. Both squads do find it. Does not lose either of those squads. Sherman's now engaging the Panther. Sherman can get distracted by some squads down there. Pioneers do fall back there. Right now the VP is 148 versus 120, so the Axis players have taken the lead. Pack 40 is straight forward, MG42 there. Another recon overflight. Pellet mines there, very nice. Has enough munitions for another fragmentation bombing run. When it look at fragmentation bombing run, I think he's launched, dropped 4 of them. 3 of them were excellent, 1 of them just not good. Which is still pretty better than most times. Double Panther now on another Panther build queue. He has enough resources left over to get out a Tiger as well. Conscripts do fall back. Another Sherman build queue as well. That'll be Sherman number 4. Mass Shermans are pretty effective. KV-1's push way forward. Sherman tank. Oh, that telemine scored 2 Shermans. That is massive. Jackson can deactivate the evap. KV-1 getting bracketed by those veteran C8 Pack 40s. Panther needs to fall back. There's a rocket barrage running on in. Awesome goes down. Just want to let the frontal armor of the KV-1 does do its work. Far squad charging onto those Pack 40s. This KV-1 just needs to fall back. Oh, there's another awesome one there. Constructs pushing forward. Squad's pushing forward. Trying to take out one of those AT gun. Pioneers charging forward. Looks like he's trying to capture the AT gun with a wounded Pioneer. Was successful, but bad idea. Our squads need to fall back. One of those 8 pilot accomplishments to get ripped apart by the veteran Grenadier. Sherm taking some damage there. Fresh Panther taking some pens. Smoke. Sherm tank does go down. US player is effectively out of fuel. His teammate has plenty of resources at the moment. Another reconnaissance overflight flying about. And looks like the Allies have surrendered. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me a moment. I'm going to take time, close the game, clear out the VRAM cache, and then start booting up the game. And then use the restroom while it's booting up. Please give me a moment.
Sega.
My apologies, I am back. Finish off the day with hopefully a good 2v2. So try to find more Barrettes, maybe? Here we go. Make sure. Should be adequate enough. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the top side as the yellow US player, we got Moto Bomb. Spawn as the blue USF or UKF, we got Jungle Jake 80. Spawn as the magenta Okada player, we got Alexa 7. And spawn as the red OKW player, we got Dr. Ketamine. Isn't Ketamine the horse tranquilizer? Either way, looks like he has selected the breakthrough doctrine, so he may see some early Panzer Fusiliers. Magenta could eye for Scavenge Doctrine, Overwatch Doctrine, or Special Operations Doctrine. Yellow could be eyeing for the Recon Support, Heavy Cav, or the Infantry. And the British player can eye for Commando Regiment, the Royal Engineers, or the Mobile Assault. You now have a Panzer Fusilier deployed on the field. Lays down some barbed wire there. Rifles or intersection here. After the fuel sector. And Kuvargan does find the intersection there in the building state, so it does get a bit of free damage there. Up north, we do have the rear squad behind light cover. Right squad also behind light cover. Focus on the Stone Pioneers. Does fall back to region, pushing forward the Vickers. Folks are the Kugelwagen charges way forward, crush the light cover. Russian squad, I think, are getting flanking shots there, so getting some decent damage there. Our squad finds some more light cover there. Panzer pushing forward into open ground. Russian squad advancing, and the right squad is getting hit quite hard. This player has another right squad advancing, and this squad is idle. He hasn't realized it. He hasn't fully queued it forward. Oops. Right squad behind light cover there. Intersections pretty forward. Shoe Pioneer trying to lay down Shoe Mine will be interrupted. Took a bit of damage there. Right squad now being tasted over. And Pesfuser may go down, does not go down. Volkswagers over here. Stone Pioneer falling on back. Volkswagers find some heavy cover here. Try to get some free damage there. Does. Not a single bullet in return. Does take out one guy there. Vickers advancing. Good position to hit this guy. Does get mini suppressed there. Need to focus on this Sturm Pioneer. Vickers could be just a move forward, though right now the Sturm Pioneer is advancing to the range of the Vickers. Throws Incendiary Grenade there. Vickers does pack on up. Got these squads trying to win out that area. Does throw another Incendiary Grenade there. One section does fall back. Volkswagen there needs to fall back as well. Vickers does not hit this guy there. And got the assault officer, artillery officer now deployed in view. Heavy cover firing away. Does use heroic charge in the sky here. Doesn't cost anything, so might as well. It just allows him to shoot more accurately, so that's pretty nice. And evade better. If that squad is severely wounded, does have medics back home. That squad should fall back early to get some health regen, so just preserve his manpower, I would say. Kugelwagen charge way forward, going to get bracketed and engaged by those right squad there, though they're having trouble with rotation speed. They're not Call of Duty players, they can't 360 no scope all that well. But then again, I don't think Call of Duty knows what itself is anymore. Our squad does take a bit of damage there. Do have a SWS half track on the field queue. 50 cal now being deployed in the field. Our squad staying along with the lieutenant. Needs some reinforcements. Does not have amulets back at home. Falls back now. Recon support doctrine now deployed in the field. Can bring in some IR Pathfinders and eventually some paratroopers of a Pack 38. Not Pack 38. Pack Howitzer. Pack 38 is comfier as one. And also not US. We do have the lag firing away. Up north, Kugelwagen firing away. Lieutenant behind some good heavy cover. 50 cal sitting on up.
Losing a capture point.
So officer making his advance. Those all gammon bomb. And now we got the assault officer falling him back. Lieutenant takes some damage there. Right squad's pushed the way forward. Cal set on up. Getting some hits there. Jaeger Light Infantry deployed up here with the G43 upgrade. He has gone for the Scavenge Doctrine, which gives you the better Jaeger Light Infantry since they have access to Infiltration Grenade. I prefer a Scavenge Doctrine over Overwatch. Anti-Craft Grenade connects onto the Kugelwagen. Our squad does fall back there. This our squad's taking some damage, needs to fall back, so still no ambulance. Oh, thank you for your YouTube subscription, whoever you may be. I have no logs to look up at.
A capture point is being overrun.
Intersections firing away, and Incendiary Grenade onto the intersections. Vickers may be going a little too far forward. Can't garrison the abandoned mortar emplacement. The Company Rose 1 mortar bunker, whatever it's called. Vicker set up right there. Up north, we got the Panzer Fusiliers.
Mechanized flak is ready for action.
Vickers here getting smoked on out. We do now the intersections heroically charging his way forward. He does have the 5-man squad upgrade as well. Flak half truck now pulling a few. Up north, we do have the rear squad behind some light cover. Oh, howdy. Black half track, force back the rear squad, rifle squad, and 50 cal advancing. 50 cal sits on up, out of range of each other, of course.
Anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
The kind of weapon now deployed and fueled by red. Was it? The kind of weapon in like here, and a bunch of rifle squads to find the kind of weapon. Officer back down there. We've got the Kuhwagen firing away along flanks, trying to set the flak half truck, engage this group of rifle squad. Does avoid it. 50 cal setting on up. Spotted by the Kuhwagen. He loads up armor piercing rounds, so it'll take a moment to reload those rounds. Firing away, smokes himself. Very nice. Anti-tank rifle grenade could connect. M8, not A1 Greyhound, can now be deployed in the field. Kuhwagen does go down there. Oh, got the infiltration grenades from Magenta. Intersection, heroic charge once again onto him. This officer squad may be really a bit of a task master, isn't he? Vickers does not suppress the Jaeger infantry. They could sprint forward and then use infiltration grenades. They're using infiltration grenades without sprinting. Not really needed, honestly. As long as you get in the range. Does explode a little bit. Another Jaeger light infantry. Cannot speak. Intersection does fall back. Pyrotechnic squad here. Bunch of rifle squads. Lieutenant with a bazooka. And a Panzer squad. Here is the Black half track. Could load some armor piercing rounds. Has your armor there. Bazooka could help out. Greyhound deployed in the field. Gotta worry about intake rifle grenades there. It does take a hit there from the Kennewerfer, so the Greyhound's not gonna do much. If I remember correctly as well, the Greyhound's guns only does like 80 damage, is not that great. Pyrotechnic flare there is effectively a very powerful long duration incendiary grenade, since how tight the scatter is. Direct hit there on the flare. Exact same spot, that's why I call it an incendiary grenade. It's just damage over time dots are very long and very big and explosive. 50 cal does get the crew, try to recruit, taking good amount of damage. We do have another Shroom officer here. Does recruit the 50 cal once again. He does use that squad there. Our squads fall back. Good chance he gets wiped on out. Still no ambulance here, which is a bit of a problem for him, why he's having trouble keeping himself alive, because he just needs medics. Does the crew again. Greyhound has enough repairs to take an anti-tank rifle grenade, but that's like the Kennewerfer shot. And it looks like the 50 cal will be grabbed by one of the squads. Use the Panzer Fusiliers on it. Major does fall back. We do have the Royal Engineers being tasked forward by the heroic charge of the assault officer. He says, "Be a hero and charge forward." And who will follow that order? Yeah. Shroom Pioneers take some damage there. Could use some medical supplies on this guy here. Though it looks like the officer is taking quite a bit of damage. Those again, he threw the gun in the spot where he would retreat into, so he simply did not fall for that. Both those squads fall back. One of them really didn't need medics. The other one was not doing all that great as well. Fire squad, major, and lieutenant advance along the center. We got the Shroom officer here. Black half track firing away. Red doesn't have a SWS half-track on the field, has enough fuel for those shear transporters entirely, including trans authorization. Oh, that's a Centaur. Black half-track smokes himself, which may smoke out the Kenilworfer. The Kenilworfer also falls back. Kenilworfer connects on the Centaur. Centaur's down 50% health. Cluster munitions can now be brought in for the US player. Figures falls back, probably pushed too far forward. Probably a good idea to just keep it more in defensive position to keep the VP secured. The sandbags there, the sandbags there. If you just want to keep the fuel point secured, those sandbags, as well as this pile of rubble there.
Engine ticking over.
Fire technical squad, he does stop booting the sandbags when he realizes he's getting hit by the leg. And the Kenilworfer does fall back.
Sensor anti-aircraft tank.
Another heroic charge on that intersection.
Enemy squad firing on us.
The infantry and the Volksgrenadiers behind that cover there. It is forced to forward, captured 50 cal hitting the Major. The Major maybe trying to bring some artillery on top of it, but looks like all missed. An unvetted Major brings in what, 4 rounds? 5 rounds? In section behind some good heavy cover there. Do now have the Volksgrenadiers pushing forward up that or not, they weren't up that, were they? You can't get up there, can you?
300 points.
Does take a hit there. I just realized something as well. Units who can infiltrate up there, like stormtroopers and commandos. Then again, I think stormtroopers can't be tasked in bunkers, while commandos can. If you task them up there, they can't escape, can they? Actually, that could be traversable terrain. I actually don't know. Centaur trying to hit that to the leg, take it out, but this took a lot of damage from multiple sources. British landmine there. If the air infantry would have detonated that at the wrong time, could have blew up the Centaur.
Combat unit ready.
I have no idea if this ladder is actually traversable. Most times, this stuff is not traversable. It could be. Good hits there. Each section does fall back. Oh, Greyhound goes down there to the Kenilworfers with flat half track. One of 3 options.
Let's go. Crew, get ready. Sensor ready to
Centaur's using repairs. We do have Austin here.
For extra firepower.
Weapon racks for the British player. Major artillery there. You need Veterans 2 to get the improved major artillery. He does largely avoid it. Hence Fusiliers and the Kenilworfer pushing way forward, showing plenty behind some light cover. As Fusiliers versus 3, I heard a landmine detonation. The Austrian finds that British landmine. Infiltration grenades there on the officer. He does avoid it.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
6-pounder advancing. It's good pen there. One more pen, the Austrian's done for. The Centaur could actually take it out. It's wounded enough for that. German tank also advanced way forward there. Got cluster munitions being summoned around here, looks like. German tank take a bit of damage there. Kenilworfer firing away, and 180 gun gets a hit there on the SWS half track. Looks like the Austrian does go down. As soon as half-track goes down. Oh, something else went down. Or maybe that was just the SWS half-track screaming. Volk's Grenadiers use a scan action, ripping apart the Volks. Does manage to wipe them out entirely. Volk's Grenadiers here could be crushed if they were to swing the rear of the tank over this way. Does need a reverse move on back out of there. Captured the cannon warfare now by the US player. Sherman tank firing away from the angle. Black half-track here. Only armor piercing rounds loaded on up. You can probably save enough to load a high explosive right now. The cannon warfare taking some fire. Major here. Sherman tank reversing on in. Good hit there under the intersections. Just probably need to fall back, get some medics. Though capturing the VP would be a good idea. Get a triple capture in his favor. Intersection and officer push way forward. Falls back with one. Once the other squads advance to tag them out, fall back with that one. Rifle squad. Oh, he's throwing a frag grenade there, but Rifle squad does get forced back. Major now obviously too, so now has the improved barrage as well as bringing some fake rapid barrage. I rarely ever see the Major deploy the fake rapid barrage, honestly. Another Sherman pick on the build queue. Red's going for a Panzer IV.
That's it, fellas. Knock their fucking block off. Germans have 200 points left.
See the British player going for hammer. And like going for some combat tanks. Even though I prefer the anvil myself because I like Churchills. Nice stun grenade there, but the Sherman Pioneer can't do much of a pain check in that situation. The Eagle Line tree is firing away, getting some good damage on that intersection, but they are behind heavy cover there. He could have pushed forward for the infiltration grenades. Infiltration grenades have been thrown. Charged forward to avoid most of the damage. Centaur repaired, push way forward. Magenta polished an eye for a Panzer IV himself. He sees the combat tank to go for Yag on set, but right now he's lacking manpower, needs some reinforcements all added. Centaur does fall back. High explosive rounds load on these Sherman tanks. The cannon weapons push the way forward. If I haven't mentioned beforehand, he has gone for mobile assault. And of course we know about scavenge. Black half track here, right squads push forward. Sherman tank gets a good hit there, and does receive a pen from the cannon warfare, ×2. Down south, center pushing his way forward. Allies are now have 445 tickets. The Axis players have 126 and has a triple capture against them. Just going for a pair of 50 cals. I think Major Artillery's been summoned there.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Mark squad engaging the stream officer.
Enemy forces have 100 points remaining. Heavy machine gun team ready for orders.
50 cal there. We do now have a Scot on the build queue and another 50 cal. Let's see. How many Sherman tanks does he have? 2 Shermans. I'll probably go for a 3rd Sherman. I say mass Shermans is very useful and very good. I have a bias for just mass Shermans. The cannon warfare does get a good hit there. Though I suppose Scots would be quite nice help deal with all the cannon warfare he's been coming up against. He does have access to some cluster bombs though, if he needs to. Centaur here. But I also do have more bias towards pack powers as well. Let's get a pen there on the Panzer IV. Comtech takes some hits there. Just a good time bringing some custom missions for his teammate. Fortunatus does not get a Panzerfaust off. Vickers may hit that squad now. Infiltration grenades being thrown. A very poor infiltration grenade, to say the least. Does drop a Bren there. And the officer himself picked up the Bren. Comtank does knock down that garrison. Infiltration grenades again, but that time also a really bad shot. Comtank does take a pen there. Over here, oops. Got what appears to be a abandoned Sherman tank there. Panzer IV does take a pen there.
A medium tank was just lost.
Panzer IV does go down to the capture of the Kenwerfer. Sherman tank takes some hits. Looks like just trying back on off. Does get a pen there onto the flak half track. Comet tank here and a lot of smoke. Oh, got a grenade thrown there. A gamma bomb, actually. More major artillery. A bit of friendly fire there.
They just fell to 50 points. Weapon rack is now accessible.
Good damage there. Force retreat on the 50 cal. Cal is firing away on this formation as well. Over here, we've got the Panzer IV forward, Jägerling tree advancing. Vickers sitting on up. 6-pounder connects on the Panzer IV. 2 more pens and it's done for. Comtank does not have prioritized fire turned on. Does take a pen there.
The enemy have 25 points left.
Comtank takes quite a bit of beating there. Panzerfaust connects, almost goes down, but looks like it will not. Over here, these forces are advancing. Scott gets a good hit there. Sherman takes some pens. Scott's going for High-Explosive Barrage now on these Kenwerfers. Lieutenant Ed advancing. Scott gets a good hit there. Riot Squad advancing. Does not have frag grenades. Next Scott shot. One last one. Gets a good hit there. Also Emergency 4. Vehicles Emergency 5. Scan action here. Hitting the Panzer Fusiliers. Axis players have 22 tickets. Allies have 141. It looks like they went down 4 tickets last time I checked on them. Now 6. More smoke raining on in there. Now this point being captured by the intersections. This point being captured by the Royal Engineers. If capturing those points could spell defeat for the Axis players. Good hit there on the Sturm Pioneers, forcing him back. Northern VP's being captured up. Got a double capture in favor of the Allies. That's probably going to be game over. British player could just leave these guys on this point, and they will probably just get victory from that. They're rapidly counting down. I don't think there's a way for them to stop this.
Land's mattress crew trained and ready to go. The enemy's down to their last 10 points. Tally ho!
Does take some hits there. And that is going to be game. This is great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And my voice is starting to go out, so that shall be my last replay tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.